Hi friends, my name is Kate. Welcome to your mindful movement break. This is a short 15-minute practice, which the name implies it's a nice movement break to take at any point during your day. It could also be a nice flow for the morning to begin your day, or even in the evening to help you wind down at the end of the day. So this flow is entirely standing, and we'll actually be using the support of the wall. So you're going to want a little bit of wall space. It doesn't need to be a huge area, but just a little bit of space that you can work with. And then we're actually going to start out with some myofascial release. So you're going to want 2 therapy balls or tennis balls, something in similar size. If you don't have either, that's okay. You could just skip this part. You can kind of scroll forward, fast forward to the flow using the wall. And then if you don't have like a corner at a wall or a door frame to use, you may want like a block or a couple of folded blankets just to create a little bit of space between you and the wall for one of the myofascial release techniques. But when you're ready, we're going to get started at the wall with both therapy balls. So you're going to turn to face away from the wall, walk your feet out, maybe 2 feet or so there, bend your knees, lower down like you're coming into a wall squat. And then we're going to take the therapy balls up over top of our shoulders so that they're on either side of the spine. Just kind of wedge them in somewhere there between you and the wall, and then keep leaning into the wall, leaning into the therapy balls. Start to press into your feet, come up to stand. You could also walk your feet in a little bit if that would feel more supportive for you there, but notice the therapy balls rolling down, and maybe they're somewhere there like between your shoulder blades and spine, somewhere around that area. You can always reset if you need to, but if that feels good, play with a couple of little air squats there, bending and straightening your knees. Again, I'm leaning into the therapy balls, leaning into the wall, so I'm rolling up and down those tissues alongside the spine. I'm not right on the spine, I'm kind of right there between my spine and shoulder blades. If you feel like your shoulder blades are in the way, just wrap your arms around yourself, give yourself a hug. That will help move the shoulders out of the way. And then find just a good spot to work with there, a yummy spot, stay there, and then just explore moving your arms. You can just kind of circle out the arms to begin, maybe a little opening and closing of the arms, and just kind of notice how that feels working through those tissues there on the back of the shoulders. Help to keep us up against gravity as we're sitting or standing or moving through the day. All right, go ahead and drop your arms and just take a breath there. And then walk your feet in, reach behind you, grab the therapy balls out from behind you, and then we'll just want 1 therapy ball now for this next one. And then again, you'll either want like a corner of a wall or a door frame. And if you don't have that, I'll show you an option using a block or something similar. So we're going to be getting into the pecs now in the front of the shoulder. If you're wearing a tank top or a sports bra, that'll be helpful to show you where we're working into. But it's kind of like that tank top line that runs right there between your upper arm bone and the sternum. So kind of right there along that tank top line, or maybe there's a seam on your shirt. So if you're using the corner of a wall there, then you're just going to want to set up. I'm going to start working into my right side first. So I'm going to have my left leg free of the wall, and then I'm going to wedge my therapy ball in there between that tank top line and the edge of the wall so that I can kind of step my left foot a little bit forward and really lean into the wall. And if you don't have that corner, if you don't have a door frame to work with, then you'll just wedge a yoga block, or maybe it's a couple of folded up blankets or even a book. Just be careful if it's heavy. You'll make sure you really want to wedge it in there. And then I'm wedging the therapy ball between the block and my pecs there. So we're not a real big area to work with. If you're using the edge of a block, you may be a little bit limited to how far you can roll. But just start to, again, you can bend and straighten the knees a little bit there, rolling up and down that tank top line. Again, might be a little tender, similar to the muscles there in the back of the shoulder. You can work right up underneath the collarbone if that feels good. And then find a spot to work with, maybe a tender spot. Doesn't need to be necessarily the most tender spot, but find something to work with there, and then take your right arm out to the side. You're not going to be able to see it right now with how I'm angled, but you're just going to find a little snow angel arm there. So keep going, and it's just gonna look like this, a little waving of your arm to kind of floss through some of those often sticky, sometimes resistant tissues there, the pecs. So take another little wave or two. Awesome, and then just go ahead and grab the therapy ball, the block if it's there, step away from the wall, take a moment, shake out your arms, and again, just kind of notice how that's left you feeling. Let's even things out to the other side. So again, you can set yourself up at the wall, or you can use your block. I just have to be kind of careful of my mic here. I might be facing away from you. But again, we're kind of working into that tank top line. Sorry, I'm bumping the mic. Hopefully it doesn't mess with the sound too much there. Rolling up and down that tank top line. Might feel a little different on this side compared to the first side. You can get right up underneath the collarbone if that feels good. And then again, just find something to work with. Lean into the therapy ball. If you're using the block, just make sure that feels stable. And then bring your left arm out to the side. You can find that little snow angel, a little wiping motion of your arm. And just notice how that feels through the tissues there. Freeing up some space, encouraging a little bit more freedom and ease in those commonly sticky spots. Okay, go ahead and drop your arm, take a breath. Cool, and then grab your props, step away from the wall. We're done with the props. You can set those off to the side. And then let's begin our standing flow. So we're gonna begin facing the wall. You may be about arm's width distance from the wall, maybe a little bit further. We'll start with just a few upward salutes, and then we'll work into some sun salutation variations at the wall. The sequence is inspired by a yoga teacher named Jivana Heyman. I love his Instagram. He's the founder of the Accessible Yoga School, and he's got a lot of great content, and I'll be sure to link him below. But let's begin at the wall, arms down by your side, drop your shoulders away from your ears, take a breath, feel your feet in the floor. Inhale, sweep your arms skyward, maybe lift your gaze. Exhale, hands through heart center, arms down by the sides. We'll repeat that twice more. Inhale, sweep your arms up. Exhale, hands through heart center, arms to the sides. One more time, we'll add on. Inhale, sweep your arms up, maybe look up. And then as you exhale, now bring your hands to the wall, about shoulder height, maybe shoulder width distance apart. Spread your hands, feel your hands connect to the wall. And then take a step back for downward dog at the wall. And you can play with how close or how far your feet are from the wall. Take a breath in, feel your hands push into the wall as you stretch your hips back. And then as you breathe out, soften your upper back, your chest, maybe let your head drop too. Good, inhale, push into your hands to lift your chest and your gaze. Exhale, step your feet in so that you can safely, comfortably release your hands. Let's repeat that. Inhale, sweep your arms skyward. Exhale, get your hands to the wall. Take a step back, lean your hips back. Take a breath in, lengthen. Take a breath out, soften. Good. Inhale, push into your hands, lift your chest. Exhale, step your feet in, release your arms. We'll do that one more time, adding on. Inhale, arms sweep skyward. Exhale, hands to the wall, step back, downward facing dog. Stay for the breath in to lengthen. Breath out to soften. Good. Let's explore a chaturanga and up dog at the wall. So as you inhale, push into your hands, lift your chest. Now as you exhale, explore bending your elbows, coming into chaturanga. Now you can keep your feet where they're at, or you could support yourself a little bit more here by taking a step in through your feet. Bend your elbows, keep a straight line from head to heels. And then as you inhale, push off of your toes, lift your heels for upward facing dog. Shine your heart skyward, maybe lift your gaze, and feel your upper arms and shoulder blades hug back. Feel that space across your chest. As you exhale, push into your hands, step your feet back, downward facing dog. We'll repeat that twice more. So inhale, push into your hands, lift your chest. Exhale, bend your elbows, maybe take a step in with your feet. Inhale, lift your heart, lift your heels, upward dog. Shoulders hug back. Exhale, hips reach back, downward facing dog. One more time, then we'll add on. Inhale, lift your chest. Exhale, bend your elbows, maybe take a step forward. Inhale, rise up, shine your heart up, upward dog. Exhale, hips reach back, down dog. Take a breath in and a breath out. Good. Inhale, lift your chest. This time as you exhale, step your right foot towards the wall, and we're coming into warrior one. So you can play with spinning your left heel down, maybe left toes out, left heel in slightly, but really think about grounding through your left heel. Then as you inhale, hug your elbows towards one another, lift your chest, keep that left heel grounded. You might feel a nice stretch there through your calf. Exhale, downward dog, hips reach back. Second side, inhale, left foot steps forward. And again, you could turn your right heel in slightly, right toes out. Inhale, elbows hug in, lift your chest, anchor through that right heel. Exhale, downward facing dog. Take a breath in and a breath out. That's the entire sun salutation flow. We'll repeat that twice more. Inhale, lift your chest. Exhale, take a step forward, release your hands. Inhale, sweep your arms up from the beginning. Exhale, hands to the wall, downward facing dog. Inhale, lift your chest. Chaturanga. Exhale, bend your elbows. Maybe take a step in with your feet. Inhale, rise up, upward facing. Exhale, hips back, downward facing. Inhale, lift your chest. As you exhale, right foot steps, left heel grounds. Inhale, lift your heart, lift your chest, warrior one. Exhale, step back, downward facing dog. Good. Inhale, lift your chest. Exhale, step your left foot forward, anchor through the heel of that right foot. As you inhale, again, hug your elbows in, lift your chest. Exhale, downward facing. Take a breath in, lengthen. Take a breath out, soften. We'll do that one more time and we'll add on a little extra there. Inhale, lift your chest. Exhale, take a step towards the wall, release your arms. From the top, inhale, arms to sky. Exhale, hands to the wall, step back, downward facing dog, don't rush. Inhale, lift your chest. Chaturanga, exhale, bend your elbows, maybe take a step forward. Inhale, rise up on tiptoes, upward facing. Exhale, hips reach back, downward facing. One breath in, step your right foot forward, warrior one. Anchor through that left heel. One breath out, downward dog, step it back. Second side, one breath in, warrior one. Left foot steps forward. Exhale, downward dog, hips lengthen back. Take a breath in. Stay for the breath out. Good. Last little thing here. Inhale, lift your chest, step your right foot forward, set up like warrior one. You can step your left foot in a little bit there too if that feels more supported. But let's take a breath in. We're going to stretch the right arm up the wall and then turn the palm of your left hand to face in towards you, so the back of your left hand's resting on the wall here. Now let's take a breath in. Think about lengthening. And then as you breathe out, you're going to slide that left hand across the wall, threading the needle, reaching through that little hole you're making between the wall and your right armpit. So inhale, just unravel slowly back to where we started. We'll do that twice more. Exhale, thread it through. One more time. Inhale, unravel. Exhale, thread it through. Good, then inhale, come on back up, step your left foot up. We're gonna make a cactus shape with that right arm. So elbows bent, elbows maybe shoulder height, a little bit higher. Right hand, right palm resting on the wall there. And then keep that contact between right hand, right forearm, right elbow, and start to turn towards your left. Just until you find a nice little stretch there through the front of the right shoulder. Getting back into those pecs we were working into at the very beginning. Find some place you can stay and breathe. Take a few breaths there. Good. Then slowly turn back towards the wall. Step back to your downward facing dog. Hips back. Lengthen through your spine. Take a breath there. And then second side, inhale, the left foot steps in like warrior one. Again, maybe step that back foot in a little bit as well. We'll reach the left fingertips up the wall this time, and then turn that right palm to face in, back of the right hand on the wall. Inhale there. And then as you exhale, thread it through. That right arm just glides on the wall, rotating as much as you can to the left. Two more with the breath. Inhale as you unravel. Exhale, thread it through. One more. Inhale, back to where you started. Exhale, reach, thread that right arm through. Good, then inhale, unravel. As you exhale, step that right foot up. We're gonna bring that left arm to a cactus shape now. Hand, forearm, elbow stays connected to the wall as you slowly start to rotate towards the right. And again, you're just finding a really mellow tug, mellow stretch across the front of that left shoulder. Getting back into those pecs, again, just finding something you can work with there and taking a few breaths. Again, just reminding these tissues in this part of our body that it can be spacious and expansive and supple and free. It doesn't necessarily have to be so restricted and tight and closed off. And slowly start to turn back towards the wall. Plant your hands, step back for one final downward dog. Take a breath in there, hands push the wall away as you reach your hip creases back behind you. Exhale, feel your upper back, your heart, and your head all just kind of melt and soften. And inhale, push into your hands, lift your chest. As you exhale, step your feet in so that you can safely release your arms there by your sides. Close your eyes if that's comfortable, or soften your gaze. You could even turn away from the wall once again and maybe just lean into that support there. And just take this last moment to pause and check in and notice how this brief little movement myofascial release practice has left you feeling. What's shifted, what's changed, how do you feel a little different from before? You can also acknowledge and honor the steady and the unchanging parts of you as well. And then can you maybe carry some of this presence, this easefulness, and this freedom with you into the rest of your day today? So that's where I will leave you all with my thanks for your practice and for your presence. Thank you for joining me, and thank you to Centro La Paz as well for this beautiful space that I get to teach and practice in. And I hope to see you all back here on your mat real soon. Take care. See you later.